Hello guys, welcome back to one of my videos. Yes, this is the first video in I think 2 months that I'm actually sitting down, but I had all of those traveling videos from my holidays and I decided, well, might as well just divide them into separate videos so that it makes more sense. So that's why technically all the videos that you've been watching, they're like a month old, if not 2 months, the first ones. So today's video is in a different scenario because now I have a desk, which is also very cool, but I'm talking about series. I didn't do any video talking about the series that I watched in June and July, so I'm just gonna do it all together because of all the holiday videos that I did. I wasn't actually watching anything, to be honest, so I'm gonna be talking about everything that I've watched. Some of the stuff they've been out for, well, a month now, but maybe not everyone is addicted to series and they haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna be talking about, first of all, Élite season 4, I believe. Yeah, season 4. That new season is just like, what the hell is going on? I'm not enjoying it at all. I mean, it's funny, to be honest, like that's one way to describe it, but it's just so weird. Like none of those things make absolutely no sense. First of all the poor kids, which is yeah, now it's just 2 guys. The 2 guys that I poured, that I don't remember the name anymore. They work 2 jobs, right? They work at the restaurant, they work at the bar, and that's where they hang out. Like the rich kids, they always at the restaurant or they are at the bar, and the poor kids, they always working where the other rich kids are hanging out. Like it makes no sense. Like they always have a job. No matter like the situation, they have like different jobs. Then there's a party at the end of the new year and the poor kids are working in that party as well. I don't know how they find all of these jobs, but they always work in. And everyone is a nymphomaniac in this series. I don't know what is going on. Is this how 17-year-olds are supposed to behave? Because I don't think that's how 19-year-olds are supposed to behave. They're always at each other, like they're always humping each other. I don't know what is going on. It's just like everyone has to take a chill pill, get into a cold shower, something like that, because it's just, what is going on? Why are they always like cheating on each other and then sleeping with random people all at the same time? And what is going on? How can they do that? Like, that's not how teenagers do things, I think. Has things been changing since I left school or something? I don't know. Anyways, they're always having threesomes as well, which is the same thing. I have a list, okay. I have a list. I'm gonna go with the list. And they're always having threesomes, like, as if that's like a normal thing. I mean, not that I'm against it or anything. I'm just like curious about how do they think that 17-year-olds are having threesomes. I mean, technically they could, I suppose, but isn't it weird? Isn't it weird? Like, just ask a bunch of random people and ask how many of them have had threesomes when they were 17. I don't think people even have threesomes when they were at 30. Like, what is going on? They're always humping. Like, half of the season is just basically all of them having intercourse. Oh, that sounded so formal, like intercourse. Also, because I don't want to forget anything, the gay guys, they always attracted to each other. Like there are 3 gay guys in that school apparently, and they are attracted to each other like as if all the gay, like if you're gay, then you just like all the other gay people. You know how if you say you're gay, or if you say you like people of your same gender, whatever, they'll be like, oh, I have a friend who's also a lesbian, you might like her. Like, that's not all it takes. I don't know, but they're all attracted to each other, and they have a polyamorous relationship as well, which is, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, I just find it weird how they're so progressive. At 17, they're having all of these things. They have more life experience than I would probably have my entire life, to be honest. Like, they killing people, they having threesomes, they having polyamorous relationships, they doing it all, man. They doing everything at 17. I don't know what they're gonna do for the rest of their lives, really. Okay, yeah, do whatever they feel like doing. That's another thing. They always out and about. They always at the bars during a school day. Like, they go at the bar, they're not even 18, some of them, I suppose, I don't even know, and they're always drinking, even though I suppose some of them are not 18 because they're still in school, so probably some of them not, but they're always drinking, and I don't understand. And, oh, also, one thing that was so funny, now the school headmaster is a CEO from a company. He has no experience in school stuff, and he goes and just becomes a headmaster just like that. Like, you don't even need to do anything. You just get a job. Like, okay, fine. I've been. If you don't have a job, you apply for multiple jobs. You find nothing. But these guys apparently they just find a job. Like, even though they have absolutely no experience in a job whatsoever. Oh right. So there's also a prince in the school in this season, right? And he's been accused of sexual assault or rape. I don't even know because they don't really explain it, but I'm thinking rape or something like that. And he just starts to fall in love with the minor, or I don't know, maybe she's 18 now, that works and cleans the school, and they just fall in love, but he wants to take advantage of her, and then she wants to get in the fashion industry. It's just like a whole lot of things going on that absolutely make no sense. They just, out of nowhere, they just start to like each other, and then they're together. There's like no building up to it. It's just like out of nowhere, they're together. I don't understand any of that. I would overall, sorry, I'm just skipping. Overall, I would rate this new season a good 2 stars out of 5 because it's just absolutely nonsense. None of it makes absolutely no sense. And I don't know what's going on, because if teenagers think that's how life is supposed to be, then I am really scared for them, because that's just weird. That's just really weird. Okay, the next one is Atypical. I watched Atypical, which was the last season, and it was so wholesome, but at the same time a bit weird, because I don't know, just the behavior that his sister has. I don't know any of their names. I do know the girlfriend from the, Easy, that's her name. Easy is the girlfriend of the sister of the main character. I like this series a lot. I think I've talked about it. Atypical is about a guy in the spectrum of autism. I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if it isn't. I've been trying to learn how to say things better ways. But this new season was just like kind of a wrap up. And obviously it makes no sense that he just wants to go to Antarctica, and like out of nowhere, like I thought for you to go to Antarctica, you would have to be like in an expedition, like with other people, like scientists. It's not like a random person can just go to Antarctica, but apparently they can. But it's just like a very light, funny series like to watch at the end of the day. There's not much to it, to be honest, and some things don't really make sense, but it's cute, and I really enjoyed this last season. I think it ended on a good way, because I don't think they could really explore more of this story. It's just like there's nothing else to tell really, so I think it ended in the right time. But I'll be missing Atypical, even though I watched the whole 3 seasons in a row, so it's not like I waited a year for each of them, but I'll be missing it, okay? The next one is Never Ever Ever season 2. Never Ever Ever is so funny, and the main character is so out of touch with reality that is actually concerning. The fact that she thinks she can have 2 boyfriends at the same time, just like that. Like, what? And I think that I was like almost remembering her name, but I didn't. I think that she needs, I mean, she's already having therapy, but I think she needs to have more therapy, because there's just something missing with her. Like, why the hell does she think like she can get away with anything? Like, there's a new Indian girl at school in this season, and she becomes friends with her, but then she does her wrong, and she doesn't take any blame for what she did. She just lets other people take the blame for it. Obviously, they end up finding out, because you can't really keep alive for that long. And she's just like, she thinks she's always right. Like, she makes me mad. If I was her friend, I don't think I would be her friend anymore, because she thinks like it's all revolving around her. But there's some character development, and I'm hoping for next season that she becomes a better person. I'm not saying a good person, like, she's not a bad person, but she's not technically a good person either, I don't think. But here's to hopes and praise that she does actually become a bad person. I think there's a lot to explore in the next season, and I'm really excited because it's a really funny series. It's created by I always forget everyone else's name. She is in The Office. She was the one working in human resources, the Indian girl in The Office. She's a comedian, and she created this series for Netflix, Never Ever Ever, and it's kind of based on her life growing up in the USA as an Indian girl. But obviously there's a lot of fiction to it. None of those things that are happening, they're real, but the contracts between cultures and all that, that's what it's based on. And I think it's really interesting, and I really love to watch it, and I think you should too, because it's actually getting better as the season progresses. So I'm thinking the 3rd one will even be better than the 1st and the 2nd, so I think it's worth a try. Also, I watch Outer Banks. Right, so Outer Banks, how do I say this? Outer Banks is a really good series, but there's some things about it that I just cannot simply understand. And the thing that I simply cannot understand is the fact that they say what matters to them is the friendship, right? They're always talking about that it matters, like, only them and each other, you know? Themselves, like being together, that's all that matters, la 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 la. But they put themselves in risky situations, life-threatening situations, right? Just for money. And they say that money doesn't matter to them because they're pogues. They always say, we're pogues, like as if that's an actual thing, which isn't. But I just think it's so funny how they always saying like, we're better than them, they're cooks, we're pogues. They're always saying we're pogues, but at the end of the day, they are going after money. And they say it's personal and that it's theirs by right, which I understand. They found it first, like the gold and everything, but why are they going after the gold? Like, they're risking their lives for it, when they could just chill out at house and be normal teenagers. They're 17 as well, and they've been almost killed multiple times. And this series is actually really, really good. I'm not gonna lie, I watched it all and I really enjoyed it. But there's just some things about it that make absolutely no sense. But it's okay, because I'll be watching the 3rd one. You'll be catching me watching the 3rd one, and I think this season is better than the 1st one, to be honest. I'm not gonna say many spoilers, but this season is about another treasure, right? And there's going to be multiple people that you're thinking they're dying, they're not dying, and you think this is gonna happen and this doesn't happen, but it progresses very fast. So you're thinking, oh, it's gonna be about John B and Sarah getting back to OBX. I don't know why they call it OBX if it's just Outer Banks. Well, it doesn't matter. But it's not. It's just like that's the first maybe 2-3 episodes. After that, it's just about the treasure, and then people get kidnapped, and then there's a rich lady. She also wants the treasure. New character, by the way, and it's all about that. And it leaves on a very how do you say, cliffhanger. It ends in a very big cliffhanger for the next season. So they're obviously thinking about doing another season. The producers have spoke about it. They just need the green light from Netflix, which they haven't got until this point of this video. So, but I'm thinking obviously they will, because it's a very successful series from Netflix. And I'm thinking this season is going to be even more juicy. So I can't wait. And that's everything that I watched in June and July. I also watched True Blood, to be honest, the first episode, but it was really, really bad. I don't understand. If any of you know or have watched True Blood, can you explain to me? Like, that is just about how vampires, they actually exist, but they live in a society, like everybody knows they exist, right? But there's not many of them. And they drink synthetic blood, right? But there's this, which is the main character. She's completely obsessed with vampires, and she's like simping on a vampire. She's a waitress, and there's a vampire who goes to her restaurant, and it's just like really cringy, actually. It's just very weird. I don't know if it gets better. People said that it's a really good series. I've heard that, but I don't know. I just think it's not really that good in the first episode. Maybe I need to stick to it and watch more episodes, but I don't think I will. I will be watching in August the new season of Sky Rojo, and I think that's about it. I don't think La Casa de Papel is going to have a new season this month. I think it's just September, and also Sex Education is in September, so I don't really know what I'm going to be watching in August, but I'll find out. I'll find something out that is fine. And that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this beautiful video. And you tell me what you've been watching, because like I said, I have no idea what I'm going to watch in August. So please let me know what you have to watch, because I need recommendations, okay? Well, see you guys. I hope you have an amazing day or night, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.